what happened was I was working with, again, morning watch, graveyard. It was my favorite watch, with Vicky Schroyer.
Why did you like the morning shift, by the way?
Oh, only, as we look at it, only assholes hang out after that time.
That's when all the stuff's happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're going to find the stolen cars. You're going to
Right.
find burglars. You're going to find gangsters don't do their drive. They'll start being more active. Yeah. It was just,
At 3 o'clock in the morning one time, I saw someone washing their car at one of those self-car wash places. Like, it's 3 a.m. I remember they just killed somebody. Just jokingly, but like, who's washing their car at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wash it. But so I'm driving, Vicky's passenger, and we hear a broadcast from Southwest Division of a stolen white Mitsubishi. Armed suspect did a carjacking on 2 women down around Santa Monica, or wherever it was, somewhere around there. And so I told Vicky, I said, let's head down that way, because if he crosses over this way, he's going to come, we might spot him. And just as I say that, I see a blur of a white car about 2 blocks down going eastbound. I said, there it is. So I zoomed down to the street and I hooked a left, and it was actually 3rd Street eastbound. And this guy is flying like a high rate of speed. He's doing 70, 80 miles per hour on the surface streets, and we're chasing. We have the broadcast going, and he hits the 110 freeway and goes north. So it was further south, because I don't know if you're familiar with the LA freeway system. The 110, there's a 6th Street, and then there's a 3rd Street off ramp, and that 6th one you have to be really quick, whereas the 3rd one's even worse.
Yep.
Well, he tried to make it, but he was going too fast, and he jumped into the ivy, clipped that pole, which then knocked it off, but kept on going. So we're now really cranking it, chasing after him. He's flying down 6th Street, and because he drives by the Central Station, guys are all on the steps there watching this, because it's, as I said, he's doing the air unit gets above him, and he's guesstimating that this guy's going close to 100 at this point. So we backed off. I'm not going to kill myself for this guy, but staying within eyesight of it. He's fast approaching Alameda, and I said he's not going to make that turn, because Alameda has a turn. Sure enough, the air unit's calling it out. He's going northbound. Oh, he just hit a light pole, the telephone pole. He says, "Oh," and he's running northbound. I said, "What? How can you?" After hitting that thing, so we fly up there, and what we see is the cars, or the rear half, is against this pole, and it's on fire. The second half of the car, like the hooded portion, is further down, and this guy is face down, facing north. So I run over there, check him, and he's got a pulse, but I cuff him, request an RA unit, and he expires right there. And this car totally demolished. They estimated the guy hit the first pole at 94 miles per hour.
Right.
Which totally disintegrated.
Right.
And all this, then the second pole was a little bit slower, but so we recovered the property. And I drove all the way back to where the Southwest, where the victims were. And the officers were still taking the report. So I told the officer, I said, "Hey, we got the vehicle." He says, "Really? Let me tell the ladies." No, don't. Let me explain to them.
Right.
I tell her, "Ma'am," I says, "did you get my car?" I said, "Well, we did. However," and however, "did you arrest the guy?" I said, "Yes, we got him too. However," I said, "are you insured?" She says, "Yes." I said, "Well, your car's totally destroyed." And she said, her face showed, "What?" And I said, "What about the guy?" I said, "He is too."
Wow.
But we got your purses.
Right.
I was like,
so important. Why did the air unit think the guy was running?
He flew out of the car.
So
he was airborne.
Wow.
When he came out, he must have laid down like 10 feet of face skid.
Wow.
So, but he was still alive.
Yeah.
That's why he thought he was running, and that was crazy.